Full Time with Tierney here. Today we got a project on the dock. So part of my job is to make some repairs of club facilities here. And we lowered the lake here about 2 feet or so. Wes will pan the camera out there. So we have some repairs to make on the dock. So this dock was built maybe 20 years ago. Did a very nice job, but it's time for some repairs. So if you look under here, we have this mud is fun. If you look under here, we have our supports for the dock. These are just, at one time they were 2x6s, pressure treated, but over time, obviously, the pressure treated has kind of rotted. And there were some, I don't know if those were galvanized or they were just regular zinc coated ready rod that went through those columns. So everything is kind of corroded, the boards are rotted out. So now that we have the lake low, it's time to get some replacement pieces in here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the Sawzall, cut those pieces out on either side, the threaded rod, maybe cut the boards in half. And once we clear all that out, we'll kind of assess what else is going on down here. We have some 4x6s that are supporting the dock. So hopefully we can just leave those there for the time being, not have to, support this temporarily, and then we can run our new supports stringers going across. So we'll see, that's the plan, and we'll see how it goes. We have about a foot of muck here that we're going to be working with. So it is going to be a messy job, and we'll update you kind of as we're going along and let you see the process. So enjoy. We got our old board off, and if you look over here, obviously we got a lot of rot here. And these are old holes that went through the ready rod went through that to attach it to the column. So what I'm going to try to do is get a new hole in this board, in our new board down here. We'll get a new hole in that, and we'll try to butt it up exactly where it was before. We'll do the same on both sides, and then we'll check the integrity of the dock on this side. So this support isn't doing much except for holding up the center piece, the center 4x6 that's running down the center of the dock. So structurally important, but luckily we were able to remove the old one without having this thing collapse. So that's truly beneficial. So I'll go ahead and use the 5/8 auger bit, get through this board, and then Wes will hop on the other side and sandwich it up. So luckily, when these columns were poured, he put sleeves in, with just regular, 3/4 copper tubing. So I was able just to bang the old piece of ready rod right out, which is pretty gnarly looking, and put a new piece right in there. So pretty cool. So we'll get a hole in there now. And then Wes will get on the other side, we'll hold the board up and try to get it mated with the new piece of ready rod. All right, so we have our new boards installed. We did the ready rod through there, and just a bolt and a fender washer. We got it on both sides here, so it looks pretty good. Mainly this looks like it's supporting just the center, that center 4x6 down there. So hopefully this will last until we're ready to kind of replace this whole dock, but we may have some more work to do in the future here. As you can see, there's a little bit of rot on some of these other boards too. This may be the next culprit to replace, I think. And then we're also going to get some of this decking done. So, cool. Let's cut this later. All right, so we're back here at the dock. We started getting into some of the more, the top repairs. So this dock takes a lot of abuse, especially in the summertime. And this is all just pressure treated lumber. So we're going to go ahead, and if you come on over here, show you some of the supports. So this dock's pretty simply built. There's just these 4x6s that run lengthwise underneath the dock, and it's supported by these 12-inch concrete columns underneath. So we're just going to go ahead and replace some of the deck boards now. A lot of them are pretty rotted and old, so we're going to use just regular pressure treated lumber to do that. And I think there's some over there that need to get replaced too. We'll probably just work our way down and see how much we get done. So far, this has been a day-long project, and we'll see how it works. So this is the old rod versus the new. This is the galvanized, we did some ready rod, but these are just big bolts, which we have just in case. But you can see what the water did, and being in the water, how much corrosion and rust we have taken away. So I don't think that these bolts were galvanized previously. I think they were just regular threaded rod, 5/8. So we'll see how the galvanized does. I could have went up and got stainless steel, but I don't really think it was worth it for this project. Plus, I think we're going to be looking at more of a replacement the next couple years of everything else that is here. So the water's still down, the weather's still good. We'll get at it and see how much more we get done. So now we're done with that side of the dock. We're going to work on this side of the dock. Just kind of looking at it, I don't see much that needs to be repaired. When I'm looking for boards that I think are going to give way, collapse, I'm looking for, the rot and the split. So I mean, these are kind of getting there. You can see where it's starting to crack. So this one's a good candidate. And then probably going to replace this board here. So it's hard to find, really we could replace all the boards on this dock, but it doesn't necessarily need to happen. So we're going to look for boards that we think are going to give way, and try to replace those first. So ideally, every board going down this way could be replaced, but like I said, we're not into that right now. We're looking for stuff that's going to fail. Typically what happens with these, this is pressure treated lumber, but the crown starts to break down, and then you get a pooling of water, and then it starts to crack, split, and then eventually just rots out in the middle. And that's when Timmy comes along and puts his foot right through it. So we're going to try to avoid that. Everything else underneath here looks pretty solid, so I'm not seeing too much rot. Some of the supports underneath here, could be a little bit better taken care of, maybe replaced, but we're not going to do that for now. So we'll get to it on this side. All right, so we're back up here at the house and got this gorgeous looking brisket on the smoker here, the brand new Pit Boss. Thank you, Jody, for my birthday gift. Weird this morning though, I set it on smoke, and the temperature dropped to 70, and the little basket inside where the igniter is filled with pellets, and then it shut off. The igniter shut off, so I don't know, that was kind of weird. I don't know why that happened. So I know that there's a setting here where it'll increase the smoke, decrease the heat, and I remember reading in the manual that if you have the P setting, as they call it, up above 4, which is their factory setting, that could happen. So I don't know if it was feeding too many pellets or what happened, so I'll have to look into that. But maybe a review's coming on this, I don't know, just had it yesterday. So far I really enjoy it, and we did a turkey breast last night that was delicious, and we'll see how this is tonight. So I think the tool of the day that saved the job, that saved the whole job, was definitely my DeWalt pry bar. The angle grinder, the Milwaukee angle grinder, I don't know, it's really odd. You start it and then it shuts off when you're trying to do stuff with it. So it's been like that since I had it, so I don't know if that's just how it is, if there's a thermal overload on it or something, I'm not sure. But we needed that to grind down some of the nails and the screws. But I really enjoyed my DeWalt pry bar. I think it really saved the day. Overall, the project went really well. Just have a few small items to finish up on the dock, and I'll probably be doing that over the next couple of weeks. Stuff that I can probably take care of my own. But overall, the structure looked really good, pretty solid underneath. So without doing any other further huge repairs, we'll kind of keep it at that. So thanks for watching, and look forward to doing this again.